by the next year, by the time I turned 18, I had decided that I'm going to move to Liverpool. I was living in a YMCA hostel in Dartford, and I'd been living there since I was 17. I moved to Liverpool when I was 20, but I was visiting Liverpool in between the years because I made some friends, obviously, from the street teaming. I worked for Sony as a street teamer. And I had made some friends, and obviously they were going uni in Liverpool, so I used to go and visit, like, while I was at college studying beauty. I used to go and visit and whatnot. And then I ended up deciding to move to Liverpool, and then I just wanted to build a life. And I feel like at that time, like, I was going through a lot myself. I was really highly depressed as a teenager. I would cry and cry and cry and cry. I felt lonely. Like, all my days living at the YMCA, like, I made friends, but I was like missing a sense of belonging. I had no identity, to be honest, you know. I'd gone from a women's refuge to living in, you know, the youth hostel, and I was in the women's refuge because my mum kicked me out. You know, like I said, I've had a troubled childhood, like, really bad. So then I just wanted to move to Liverpool and just start a brand new life, a clean slate, get away from the control mechanisms of my family, of my mom. I kind of felt like, you know, now that, like, she met somebody new and she's had a baby, or she had 2 babies because I got 2 little brothers, like, she has a new start now, and, you know, a new family. Like, she doesn't care about us anymore, me and my brother. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, that's genuinely how I felt. Yeah, she'd call from time to time, check in or whatever, but, like, I was basically by myself, you know, because she's my parent and she had to do those things, otherwise she would be considered a bad parent. Do you get it? Like, I still needed my mom, but the relationship was terrible. It was terrible, man. But yeah, so, like, going through that, like, I decided I'm going to move to Liverpool, regain my confidence, found God, you know, built a community of friends around myself, and I was doing really well at Liverpool. I went to uni, studied child health and wellbeing, but then I fell pregnant with my daughter, and then I didn't get to finish uni. But yeah, like, my mum came to visit me in Liverpool a couple of times, but I think the only time my mum came to visit me in Liverpool was when I had my baby, which was Malachi. I would always travel to London. Even in my pregnancy, I would travel to London. She just wouldn't come. And it did get to me, you know, because I need my mum's support. I needed her so many times, you know. I love my mum so much, but I guess she's just not the nurturing mother bear that I would have liked her to be. Do you get what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to go eat now. I'll be back in a bit.
My expectations are for things to be done right, high quality.
So I got a quarter pounder and some chips.
I expect an encounter
a Fanta.
I expect an encounter when I'm choosing to be.
Yes, I'm watching Gucci because
if I choose to do so,
she's making sense. She's my kind of girl.
This is who I am.
Like, she gets it. Do you get what I mean? And she's been on this journey. And, like, I feel like I can so relate to her because, like, she's been going through every emotion, challenge and struggle. Like, her ideas, her vision, like, it's as big as my own, you know. She's made it. She's done it. She's living out her dreams. Do you hear what I mean? And I need inspiration right now. I need encouragement. I need connection. And I feel like I connect with her story. So I'm studying some of her content to understand as well. And I've noticed as well, like, I've been isolated, honestly. Yes, it's been intentional, but at the same time, it's not intentional. The reason why I'm isolated is because I'm a mother. I'm a single mother of 2 kids. It's been tough in terms of, like, building a network, you know, going out, socializing, meeting new people, making friends. Even the friends that I did have before moving to Liverpool, I don't even talk to them anymore. And the one that I did speak to, which was my best friend, we no longer speak at all. I feel betrayed by her, to be honest. Okay, maybe, yeah, it was immature of me. But at the same time, like, if you're my friend, how can you be friends with my enemies? That's my standpoint. Do you get it? Like, no friend of mine can be friends with my enemies. It's just that simple. Do you get it? And I've expressed how I feel, and she doesn't respect it, so I can't be friends with her anymore. Do you get it? So yeah, like, literally, and then when I'm gonna go out, before in the past, like, no one would help me with the kids and whatnot. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have childcare. When I moved back to London, all I had was my family. Literally. And like, my family didn't appreciate like the new version of me. And the new version of me was like, I'm ready to chase my dreams, y'all. Like, I'm ready to be out there and put myself out there. Like, I'm just so ready, like, to connect and, you know, meet new people and whatnot. But then it's like, hold up. No, you don't. You can't just come down here and think that, like, you can just, like, you know, get back to how it was. Like, you got kids now. That's your responsibility, not ours. And I'm just like, so you're not gonna help me? Do you get what I mean? And it's like, the whole point of me moving back was so that I can have more support from my family. Yeah, they did it from time to time. But boy, it was a struggle. That I can say. So the isolation, and then there's COVID. Oh my God. I think the year after I moved, COVID happened. And there was more isolation. But for me, like, when I first moved back down, like, I went straight into work. I was a youth worker. I was an assistant team leader for Princess Trust. Actually, it was 6K. And they had the Princess Trust program that they bought from Princess Trust. They'd run the program. And this is what I was doing. I was working full-time Monday to Friday. I was doing school runs. I was walking here, there, and everywhere, trying to pick up my daughter. I had a childminder. Like, I was doing so much by myself. Nobody was willing to make a sacrifice to help me. And, like, where I was fresh out of religion, like, obviously, the principles in Christianity still apply, irrespective if I go to church or not. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, or if I'm religious or not, that they still apply. So for me, it's like, no one was willing to make sacrifices. And if you're not willing to make a sacrifice for somebody that you love, this is how I'm thinking. Like, how are you going to expect God to bless you, bruv? Do you get it? Because, like, the Bible says, be your brother's keeper. Do you understand? Like, 2 heads is better than 1. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, hello. So for me, it's like, it takes a village to raise kids. Do you understand? And I was trying to do everything. And this is even before I decided to pursue a music career, bro. Do you get it? So I was exhausted. I lost so much weight because I would literally, from work, I was working in Dartford. And the funny thing is, yeah, where I was working was where I used to live as a teenager. So, you know, I said I used to live at the YMCA in Dartford. And then I ended up coming back down in the future to be an assistant team leader working with young people. So for me, I was like the success story, to be honest with you, because it's like, oh my gosh, like she's actually doing something with herself, and, you know, she's got kids and she's traveled, she's lived in Liverpool, like, you know, she's done so much, she's been to uni, whatever. So I was like kind of like their celebratory like success story, which was really lovely, and they really did treat me well. But I had to quit that job because it was too much for me, you know. I would literally leave work at 4:30 because I'd need to pick up Naraya by 6 o'clock the latest. Do you get it? So I'd leave work at 4:30, get to Gravesend. From Gravesend train station to where Naraya's nursery was, I would bop. Yeah, I would bop 40 minutes to go and get this girl. Get her in a buggy and then bop back to the house. So I'm literally walking for near enough an hour and 20 minutes there and back. I couldn't afford to get like Uber all the time and cabs and stuff like that. And like the bus journey as well, like where we were, the bus times just wasn't correlating with my arrival time to get the bus and then go and pick her up, it just wasn't correlating. So the best option for me was just to walk there because I had to get there. And then sometimes my boss wouldn't always let me leave at 4:30. Like, I'd have to stay till 5. Do you get it? So if I get to Gravesend by like, 5:20, then obviously I've literally got 35 minutes to get my daughter. There's no bus. And I can't be doing cab every day. Do you understand? And my son already had a childminder. And Naraya was at a different place, to be honest with you. Like, there was just a lot going on. I lost so much weight. I was exhausted. It was just too much for me. Quit that job. COVID happened. When COVID happened, I was like, oh my God, this is a breath of fresh air. This is the break in life that I needed because I hadn't had a break. Like, I was constantly reminded that you don't get to have a break because you decided to have kids. Do you get what I mean? And it's just so disheartening and very unsupportive. And so many, like, on my outside, like, extended family members would be like, you need support, you know, your mum should be supporting you, da-da-da-da-da. Listen, I was just settling for what I was getting in life. I was still going to church and whatnot. It was great. I was in the choir, whatever. Faced some church hurt. Cool. Got the courage. I was like, do you know what? Before COVID, I was just like, I don't know about this church thing, man. Like, I just feel like there's just a lot of brainwashing going on, to be honest. I want to hear the voice of God. It's like, you want me to be in church. You want me to be a service worker, you know, in the choir or join this department, that department. And if I'm spending so much time at church, how am I going to be spending time or finding time to build my own life? Bearing in mind, like, I really struggle with asking people for help. Bearing in mind. So I'm not going to keep asking people, like, can you pick me up? Can you drop me? Can you do this? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to feel some kind of way. Because naturally, that's just how I'm feeling. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And I didn't drive. So if I'm spending all this time at church, like, I need to build my life. And I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, no, I can't do this. I'm not going to let these people just keep using me. And it's just bringing too much stress in my life. And I didn't want my whole life to just be like home, school runs, church. Because that had been my life when I was in Liverpool. That had literally been my life. It was literally church every week, Wednesday, Sunday, choir practice on a Tuesday. If there was any youth, like, you know, events going on, I was there. I was literally there all the time. I was always in church. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Then I had my son. Then I was always in church. Like, I was a bona fide church member, bruv. It was just too much. And I'm just like, I want to find my own path, you know? So when COVID happened, I was like, thank God. Even though obviously COVID wasn't great, lockdown wasn't great, but yo, I loved it because for me, I was chilling, bro. I was getting the rest that I needed. And then, like, it would just help me to clear my head. Like, there was just so much confusion. There was so much, like, uncertainty. There was so much going on in my brain that I was trying to figure out. And, yeah, I got the moments that I needed. And then, obviously, coming out of COVID, I had started a business, which was doing really well. Sorry, guys. My business, Kingdom Skin. Coming out of COVID, I decided to get a market stall at Gravesend Market so I can obviously branch out, build my client base, whatnot. But I was living on the money I was earning as well as the universal credit I was getting. And I used my universal credit to build my business. And that's how I was able to even start my business with my universal credit. Like, any little money that I had left over, like, I would just buy, like, bottles. I would get oils, natural oils, essential oils and stuff like that. I would research. And I just started making it. Anyway, that's a story for a different video. However, got the market and it was amazing. Did all right. It was a bit slow because the footfall at Gravesend Market was a bit slow. But I think in, like, maybe 4 months, I made, like, £1,000. or something like that. And then following out through the year, started to get more busy towards the summer. I made big money. I think I made up to like $6,000. Sold all my products, all my pajamas, all the stuff that I had. Like, I literally sold it all. I've still got some bags left over that I would like to sell on, to be honest with you. But yeah, I dissolved my business early 2022. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to work. Do you get it? Because then it started getting slow again and whatnot. And there's no consistency with like business and whatnot. So yeah. So like, I've done so many things. I have done so many things, guys. Like, I could literally be like a whole advisor for so many different stuff. But I chose music. I love music. I'm passionate about music. I've always been singing. I've always had a vision. Like, I remember being in secondary school. I was having detention because secondary school and me just didn't work. I just wasn't coping with secondary school life, to be honest with you. And then the bullying didn't help. But I remember sitting in the detention hall, and I think I laid my head on my hands, and I just closed my eyes, and it was almost like it's like I flew into the future. And I just saw myself like on stage singing, like, and I just heard, you're gonna be a star. And I'm just like, and I woke up and I was like, that was a bit strange, to be honest with you. You know, it's a bit strange. And that vision has never left my brain. It has never left my brain. And then when I had my awakening, which was before I moved to London, I think it was 2018, that year, I had another vision. And then that vision was me basically standing on like a mountain or something. But like I was standing on something like loads of rocks. I was just standing like on rubble. And at the top of it, it was like a mic, and it was me, and there was like a sun beaming behind. And I was like, oh my God, like, and it was like just a sea of hands, like stretching towards me, you know, like at a concert. And I'm just like, bro, okay, I'm having this vision again. All right, I'm moving to London. I'm going to do music. This is what we're going to do. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I decided to move to London. And then that's when, things started to obviously change for me, because life in Liverpool, though it was great, but things started to become really bad for me eventually. Like, my daughter's dad just wasn't supportive whatsoever. I was by myself. I didn't have no family in Liverpool, though I had friends who I considered to be family, and they supported me as much as they could, and I'm so grateful to have met them. You know, I needed to be with my family, and then even when I did come back down, it wasn't the reception I was expecting. I'll tell you that. Don't get me wrong, like, my family love me. They love me, you know, but it's love with conditions. Do you get it? It's love with conditions. But anyway, let me finish my burger. I'm coming back. Damn, that food was so good. Oh my God, that food just hit the spot. Like, I was sitting here for hours, like, I'm hungry. And then I was on Uber Eats, and then Uber Eats are trying to charge me £5 for delivery plus a service fee. Are you people okay? Uber Eats is for people that are very rich, because it's actually just a luxury now, to be honest. So I've got the McDonald's app, and thankfully I was able to order my McDonald's, and that was so good. However, I'm going to end the video here because it's probably already like 30 minutes long, and I need to go and edit and finish my task for the day. However, I'm going to see you guys on Friday, because I'm going to be posting another video, and me and my daughter are going to Sephora to go and buy some skincare for her, and we're going to the museum. We're going to the Horniman Museum. And in the creative recovery, in the artist way, Julia Cameron says that we need to go on an artist date. Now, I'm very busy, and I hardly ever get time to just do anything by myself in the daytime, because I'm at uni 3 days a week, and then In the evening, I'm at rehearsals twice a week. I didn't go rehearsals yesterday because I was really tired and I just wanted to come home and chill. And my son is not well as well, so I just needed to just be around so that I can take care of him. And then today, again, it's the same thing. So when I've been trying to figure out when I'm going to go on this artist date, I'm just like, I'm not going to be able to go by myself. And she literally says, go by yourself. But I'm just going to go with my daughter, to be honest with you, because that's the best that I can do right now, really and truly. I don't really like leaving my children, to be honest. I actually don't. However, you know, me pursuing a music career will require me to leave my children sometimes, you know. But if I can bring my children with me, I'm bringing them with me. Do you understand? So they have to kind of like get used to like being with their grandparents. And my grandparents kind of like need to be used to like taking care of them. I'm actually kind of like ensuring that everybody understands the direction of how I parent my children and how I want my children to be treated and how I want them to be looked after when it pertains to their emotional, mental and physical well-being as well. However, my parents are very special people, and I say that lightly. They're great, but at the same time, my mom can be so petty. You guys have heard me say this before. Do you get what I'm saying? She can be very abrupt. She can be very masculine. And both my kids are sensitive. My son understands how to work around my mother, but my daughter, my mom and my daughter are both Geminis. And sometimes they get on really well. My mom can be very playful and whatnot, but then there's times when she can just be like too much. And that's when I worry about my kids, because when I've left my mom with my kids, she has put her hands on them. And I'm not happy about that. And I don't want to risk my children having any type of trauma. So, really and truly, I'm hoping that my YouTube channel will blow up and I will start to make money from my YouTube videos, and I can employ a nanny that will be able to travel with me, a nanny that will be able to support me with the kids. She can pick the kids up, you know, if I'm out, I'm at rehearsals, because really and truly, the vision I have for myself, I'm not able to actually live it out because of my circumstances, because I have kids, because I do not have support, because, you know, finances is not really a major thing, because if you want to make something happen for yourself, you're gonna get the money and you're gonna do it. Do you get it? But what I would love to do is go to dance classes on the weekend. You know, that will really help to improve my dancing skills. I have the confidence, I have the ability to do it, but I just don't have the space all the time. Never do I have the support. I want to book a studio, you know, I can go and rehearse my songs, my music, I can perform it, you know, I can really kind of live out my dream and my vision, but it's difficult for me to do that. So I need a nanny like yesterday, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping by the end of the year, I will be able to, one, get a nanny, two, be in a new house, three, have a job that pays. However, I am relying on YouTube. I'm relying on YouTube. I'm relying on my social media platforms. Yeah, I'm on 8,000 followers on TikTok, so I've got 2,000 more to go to get into this creators fund. I don't check for Instagram like that, to be honest with you. I don't know how Instagram can make me money, but for now, YouTube is you and I. Okay, I need you to help me out. I really do. But anyway, guys, I gotta love you and leaves yous, and I will see you on Friday. Peace out.